I mean, really, what would life be like if women acted like men? It would end. Human life would come to an end on Earth. Because, I mean, a guy would come to work at 9 a.m., he'd see the first woman, he'd go, hey, let's do it right now. And she'd go, sure, I'm just like you, we'll do it right now. And they would, and no work would get done, no food would be grown, life would come to a halt. That's why they had to invent marriage, so men would lose interest in sex and get back to work. And I kid marriage. We're just married people. See, this is what scares me about marriage. No one ever cheers for it. Marriage is, you know, and I've been close. I've tried, every down the block, but it's a trade-off, right? You know, it's like when you get married, I think you trade good sex for good food. You know, if you get the food. You know, I mean, sometimes, but really, I mean, single guys always brag on my girlfriend, you see her body, and the married guys are like, can my wife cook or what? We eat like that every night, and then we have cake, and, you know, I mean, they say the way to a man's heart is through his stomach, but that's after other organs have been nullified. I think, you know, that's right.
And you've never been married?
I have never been married.
Well, I got to tell you, as someone a little older than you.
Yes.
When you reach that age, you've never been married, it's probably not going to happen.
Yeah?
I mean, I'm just saying, if you've been single this long, you get set in your ways, and single becomes normal.
And I don't regret it. I'm 37 years old, you know, and I like living the lifestyle that I lead. I don't want kids. I don't want to get married. I don't want to, you know, I don't want to do any of that.
We need more like you out there.
But women are afraid to say that a lot of times. They don't, you know, because other women say, oh, you'd be a great mom. No, I wouldn't. I would be a terrible mother.
Right.
I would be a bad mother. I don't even like other people's kids.
Right. Honey, you're talking about the original. Really, and you can see this in the commercial because people are always, they never just get right to boning. There's always these activities they're doing, this strolling and sunning and shopping and canoodling. Is it this much work to fuck your own wife in this country? I'm so sorry I never got on board with that. I mean, I swear to God, there's one where the couple is putting the finishing touches on a birdhouse together. They're like...
And
people say, you know, we're going to have a kid, it'll save the marriage.
Yeah.
And then the kid just lies in a crib. It doesn't save the marriage at all.
It doesn't save the marriage. It really doesn't. It's like it gives you like another 2 years. Because relationships go for 2 years, and then they have to have a kid to save it, and then it lasts another 2 years, and then they break up.
I think people who are married very often have kids because they're not having sex anyway.
Right.
And if they have a kid, then they have an excuse not to have sex.
Well,
we have a child, the kid, in the next room.
We have a shared bed.
Yeah.
You know, we keep the kid in bed.
People very often say to me, you know, you're anti-marriage. I am not anti-marriage.
No.
I know a lot of people who are happily married. Mm-hmm. Not a lot, some.
Some. I was going to say.
All right, one guy. But I mean, if it works for you, you know, it just doesn't work for everybody. But look, I am not against marriage. I am not, never have been. I'm against marriage for me, but this is a very personal issue. I get it. Some people, they would be lost without their spouse. I know guys who hate it when their wife is out of town. One guy, okay. What? You had to bust me on that so quickly? One guy, but he's sincere about it. There's this meme. Is this a meme, kids? I think this is a meme. I hear it all the time. Happy wife, happy life, which, you know, it sounds so sweet, but it's really a threat. It's a nice life you got there. Shame if anything would have happened to it. So I think you do want to go to the store and pick up those items, don't you? I thought you did. The other marriage cliche I love, I hear it all the time, celebrities love to say it. They ask the couple, you know, what's the secret of your marriage? And the guy always says, oh, she keeps me grounded. Yeah, I was doing all this soaring. Luckily, I got this bitch to remind me that I'm not all that, so that's great. A Harris poll says 38% of Americans have dated a coworker, and 31% of office romances have led to marriage. The rest ended happily. Does every infraction, no matter how small, have to be rehashed for an entire lifetime? That's not politics, that's marriage. This week, California, the Supreme Court here disappointed gay people, I think, who want to get married, although I don't know why that's a disappointment. New rule, now that Alex Barker and Aaron Smith, who both have the same rare condition that leaves them unable to smile, have met, dated, and gotten engaged, someone has to tell them things are going to get easier because this is what every couple looks like after a few years.
Not true.
You've contributed to the DSCC.
I'm still feeling it.
Where do you get this money?
Because no divorces, no alimonies. There's going to be no women in the Republican Party. Married women. Married women are about equal. I'll leave you to what you want to say about marriage based on that. But they can't say I'm a liar. And to me, not getting married was part of that. You know, if some people just have a very strong libido, and you just have to deal with it. And if I had gotten married any time before now, you know, I couldn't have been faithful. So I just lived the life where I could be true to myself and true to other people.
Hate is men's nature and not
The
some
natural
compromise
state for
between
us.
both.
I wasn't saying for you. I was saying for us.
But wait a minute.
Saying,
How's the species going to continue if it's just your nature?
But it isn't just our nature. You see why I don't get married? This is all very ironic because this is the week that the gay people in America finally really had it up to here with Barack Obama because, you know, he won't come out for a gay marriage. He threw them a bone with federal benefits. They didn't like that. They said, we are not satisfied and we are feeling neglected. And he said, well, that's almost like being married.
I changed my faith in order to get laid, or is that married? Or... But my children, of course, will be Congregationalists.
Well,
I mean, we're expected to take this nonsense seriously for a second?
if he got married to get laid, boy, did you make a mistake. But yes, if you didn't